The Great Train Robbery of 1963, Britain's most daring heist, August 8, 1963. In the quiet English countryside, a Royal Mail train carrying millions in cash is forced to stop in the middle of the night. Within minutes, a gang of masked men overpower the crew, unload 120 sacks of banknotes, and vanish into the darkness. It was quick, precise, and worth £2.6 million, the equivalent of over £50 million today. The press would call it the Great Train Robbery. The police would call it a nightmare. And the public, they couldn't help but admire its audacity. The target was the Glasgow to London Royal Mail train, also known as the Up Special. It regularly transported cash from Scotland to London, and that night, thanks to a bank holiday, it was carrying far more than usual. The gang, led by Bruce Reynolds, had planned the heist for months. They knew exactly where to strike, a remote stretch near Ledburn, Buckinghamshire, and exactly how to stop the train. At 3 a.m., the driver, Jack Mills, saw a red signal light ahead. He slowed to a stop, unaware that the light had been tampered with. As Mills got out to investigate, a man appeared and struck him over the head with an iron bar. The gang swarmed the locomotive, quickly taking control. This wasn't just a robbery, it was a military-style operation.
Inside the second carriage were 120 sacks stuffed with banknotes. In just 25 minutes, the gang transferred them to their waiting trucks. They didn't bother with anything else. No gold, no valuables, just cash. When they drove away, they left behind a scene that stunned investigators. A stopped train, an injured driver, and millions gone without a single shot fired. The gang retreated to Leatherslade Farm, their prearranged hideout. The plan was simple: lay low for a few days, then scatter. But this is where the cracks began to show. Some members got restless, ignoring the rule to avoid newspapers and radio. The farm became risky. Fearing discovery, they abandoned it, but left behind fingerprints, food, and other evidence. The British police launched one of the largest manhunts in the nation's history. Within months, most of the gang was caught. Trials followed and sentences were harsh. Many received 30 years. But some members would go on to escape prison in daring breakouts, becoming legends in the process. Bruce Reynolds, the mastermind, eventually caught in 1968 after years on the run. Ronnie Biggs escaped prison in 1965, fled to Brazil, and lived as a fugitive for decades before returning to the UK. Buster Edwards later ran a flower stall at Waterloo Station, even inspiring a film. These men became household names, blurring the line between criminals and folk heroes. Not all of the stolen money was recovered. In fact, most of it vanished. Theories persist. Was there an inside man within the Postal Service? Did someone in the gang hide away a fortune for later? Or was it all spent in a matter of years, the millions gone like the train into the night? The public fascination never faded. Movies, books, and documentaries have all kept the legend alive. The Great Train Robbery wasn't just about the money. It was about the sheer boldness of the plan. In a time before advanced forensics and digital surveillance, a group of men stopped a train, stole millions, and nearly got away with it. Today, the tracks near Ledburn are quiet. But in the history of crime, that stretch of railway will always be remembered as the place where a red signal turned green for the most daring heist Britain ever saw. Some robberies are forgotten the moment the headlines fade, but some, like the Great Train Robbery, become legend, not because of the crime itself, but because of the story it leaves behind.